So Yamcha and Gohan. Eventually, he gets all the preparations and he's like, you probably should go visit your mom. You're going to be gone for a year. I mean, for her, it's going to be another day or so, but I'm pretty sure you haven't checked up on her in a while. Gohan's going to basically be like, I don't know about that. He's got more of a manlier, persona just because of the environment he's growing up in right now. But basically, simply put, they eventually go off to visit, his mom and stuff, right? And so basically, they go over and talk to Chi-Chi for a little bit, and she sees Yamcha, and she's about to start berating them and stuff, but then she sees how strong Gohan is, and Yamcha missing a whole arm, and she just stops. She's very somber about this because, like, she sees Gohan eyes, and it's not the same of the baby boy that she remembers. He's growing up, and he's an adult now, even though he's technically not. But bear with me here. And she realizes that at this point in time, this may be the last time she sees it. So she stops, walks over to him, gives him a really big hug, and tells him, "Go on. Remember, you're not your father, okay? Things get too scary. Promise me you will get out of there alive, okay? And also, remember what you're fighting for. You want to become a scholar, right? Well, you're not gonna have no future with the androids. And please trust me. Trust me more than anybody else. Wish your father was here to help us with these androids." Then maybe not all, and then basically she would say, maybe all our friends wouldn't have had to die if Goku was still here, but the past is in the past. So please, do what you can, okay? And that's where they leave that off. And then eventually she talks to Yamcha ever so briefly, and then they have a conversation. And she's like, "Do you really think y'all will be able to beat the androids? Like, I don't know." And then Yamcha's basically, as Gohan's off doing something or doing something, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what Gohan would be doing right now. And maybe he'd be probably doing some light sparring in the background. But basically, Yamcha and Chi-Chi would basically be talking about the androids, and Yamcha's like, "No, I kind of messed up here. I got a little overzealous with my power, and I was talking way too much about the training, and I let it get to my head, Chi-Chi. To be really fair, I don't think I'm going to be able to beat the androids." And she's like, "But what about Gohan?" And then before she could finish, he puts the only arm he has up. "I don't think I will be able to beat the androids." And then they both look at Gohan. "Do you really think he can do it?" Chi-Chi, you may have not noticed this, but that kid has... An old friend of mine's told me he has some crazy potential. You remember the battle back with Frieza and stuff, right? And she's like, "Yeah, briefly, but Goku never really talked about it too much." And then I'm just like, well, Krillin's basically dying speech was talking about that potential that Gohan has. Even if I don't live, I gotta make sure at any and every cost that he does, because he'll be the reason that the androids are no more, even if it takes a couple more years. It's really sad that I got to put my faith in him. However old he is at this point, I want to say like what? He's like 11, maybe? I don't know how old he was when the androids attacked originally. But basically, it just be like, I got to put all my faith into him. And it really hurts. It hurts my pride. Even being the only two Z Warriors left, even though they wouldn't say that, but being the only two Warriors left, I'm still not even the strongest. And then just like literally just having like a talk, and then just like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I know we didn't really talk too much as, the years were passing by, but it was good to have y'all as friends. I'm glad I met Goku all those years, because if I didn't, I wouldn't have had all these memories. And I'd be like, wait, Yamcha, why are you talking like this is gonna be the last time we see each other? As a slight tear falls upon his cheek, and he's like, because Gigi, this may be the last time we see each other. And she's like, what do you mean? And he's like, simply put, I don't think I'm gonna survive any much longer. And that whole convo would go on for like a wee bit longer, and then he's like, hey, keep these for me, okay? And then she's like, wait, but our thingies? He's like, wait, why is there only two? We might need that later. And tell Master Roshi that I left him a book here, but you didn't. Just tell him for me, okay? And she's like, okay, Yamcha, I don't get what you're planning, but I hope it works out for the best. Well, I do too. My life is kind of depending on it. And so they fly off. And then they proceed, to basically like blast off and stuff, okay? And we're gonna have it to where they go to the time chamber, and they would be start talking, and Gohan basically asks like, hey, what do you think about so how are we gonna get this training in a year? The room of spirit and time. He's like, wait, what? What's that? It was like, wait, if there's a room that we could train for a whole day, well, damn, I messed that up. If there's a room that we could train for a whole year in a day, why didn't we use it against fighting the Saiyans? To be fair, the place is actually quite intense. I don't blame you for thinking such. But in retrospect, I'm not gonna lie, I am 1,000 more times stronger than what Vegeta and Nappa was back then. Even though I had a crushing defeat as they're flying off to this area. And to be completely fair with you, with that being said, I mentally struggled being in there. But this time, I'm not going to be alone. I'm going to be with you. So I think we'll both be able to keep each other sane. What do you think? He's like, yeah, I'll do anything. I'll do everything I need. And like, he's just hyper eager and stuff. So they make it to there, and they're just touching down. And then I'll say Popo's there. He was gone, but he's there, and he's just like, oh, Yamcha, it's you. And he's like, yeah. Go on? Yeah, this is Goku's kid. I'm pretty sure you know that. But anyways, you know why we're here. Yep, you already know where it's at, Yamcha. May your training yield the best fruit, or something to that effect, And then they would go in. Yamcha in, and then Yamcha would, basically, they would walk out, and Gohan would be amazed at this place, and oh, gravity, and then he would fall down. Yamcha would power up. Oh, this is gonna be annoying. The last time I was here, I spent all my time training to reach a new peak of power. But this time, go Super Saiyan. Him, then he goes Super Saiyan. Well, it's not Super Saiyan 2. It's just Super Saiyan. And he does that, and then he does that, and then after that, Yamcha looks at him and says, simply put, we shall not leave these forms until we leave out of here. Gohan's like, Yamcha, that would be impossible. I'm thinking about it. I've been thinking about what Goku would do if he's in the situation, which is the best thing I can do. It's what's been keeping me alive this whole time. Even though Goku wasn't always the smartest fellow, he was an amazing warrior. I think Goku, if Super Saiyan's anything like the form I got, it probably is, but a lot worse. Since you have to rely on so much rage and anger to even get to the form, and then God alone maintain it? Nah. I think you're going to need to learn how to master it. You need to be in this form if it is like breathing. Okay? And we got to make sure this training counts. Because the androids are a lot stronger than what they were when I faced them originally, right before I got them. Well, he motions over to his arm right before I lose my arm. And then Gohan kind of looks down, and Yamcha's like, hey, none of that, Gohan. That's perfectly fine. It's okay. Trust me. If the situation was reversed and I was you in that situation, I probably would have done the same thing. And then Gohan's like, for real? Yeah, trust me. I completely understand your eagerness to wanting to help. Hell, back in the day when me and Goku were younger, I've always wanted to help out, but I just wasn't strong enough. But this time, I think I can make it up to them for not being stronger back then. By training you the future. And then, they would have like a student moment kind of ordeal, student teacher moment. And then it would basically pan off to them getting their training. And then Yamcha takes his fighting stance, and Gohan takes a reminiscing stance, pretty much like Yamcha. And then they begin training. And then this is where I would leave this part off.